Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video I'm going to be doing another installment of Tracy Talks TV since it's been a few months since my last video of this series. So basically this is where I like to talk about all the TV shows that I've finished watching in like this time between the last time I did this video. So I don't have a huge amount of TV to talk about, but I've watched a few things, so I thought I would just sort of briefly go through all the TV shows I've been watching recently. So the first one that I have is The Floor is Lava Season 1. This was a Netflix game show and I randomly decided to watch it. It was entertaining. I don't know if there's going to be a Season 2, but it was, you know, a fun thing to put on every now and then. So that, and then I watched The Babysitter's Club Season 1, the new Netflix I guess reboot of the show. I really enjoyed this first season and it's been renewed for Season 2, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them continue it. This show just gave me so many feels. Like, I think every other episode I was tearing up during the thing, which I was like, didn't expect that in 2020. Like, you know, an episode of The Babysitter's Club to make me cry, but yeah, I thought it was really well done. I love the cast, and yeah, it's just great to sort of see the show, you know, because I loved the books growing up, and yeah, just sort of seeing it adapted in modern times was also really interesting. So seeing them like all with you know, mobile phones and things like that was sort of, yeah, it was a bit weird, like took some getting used to, but I really did enjoy this adaptation, so I'm definitely looking forward to Season 2. Then I caught up on some TV, like I finally jumped back onto Elementary and I finished off the show with watching Seasons 6 and 7. So Elementary is now finished. It ended with Season 7 and I'm actually rather sad it's ended now because I did really enjoy Elementary when it was on, even though I did sort of fall behind on the show for a number of years. But yeah, just sort of rewatching it in the, like when I was watching the last couple of seasons I hadn't seen. It just sort of made me realize just how much of a good show this was, so I will be looking forward to revisiting it at some point in the future. But I have finished Elementary now, so like, yeah, one of the shows I've actually finally completed, so yeah, so that's Elementary Season 6 and Season 7, and then I finally finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7, so this ended last year, and yeah, I actually thought it was a really good season, like a final season. I loved all the different spoofs that they did with the, like, the intro, like it was different, like sci-fi from different eras of TV, and then I really liked how they sort of incorporated that into the show, and yeah, just the different, ways they told the story in, like, the final season, and I really did enjoy the finale. I thought the finale, like, how they wrapped up the show was done really well. So again, another show that, you know, I sort of was one that I started watching and then I fell behind, and yeah, even though it used to sort of be one of my go-to weekly shows, and then yeah, I sort of fell off it for a bit, and then yeah, finally started catching up to it. Like I rewatched it and then caught up to it. But yeah, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is another of those like long running shows that I've sort of was watching in the beginning, and yeah, it's now ended. So that, and then there's that one, and then I have a rewatch. I rewatched Horrible Histories Series 1 and Series 2. I'm trying to rewatch the show so I can watch Series 8, which, spoiler alert for an upcoming DVD Blu-ray update, I do have Season 8, like Series 8, so I'm trying to rewatch Horrible Histories, which I love, and yeah, it's just, forgot how much fun this show actually is, just sort of, like the different sketches, and I love the songs, and yeah, it's just a great time revisiting Series 1 and 2, so I'm looking forward to continuing on with my rewatch and watching Series 8. Then I finally got around to Jack Ryan Season 2, because I thought I'd, you know, finally try and get to some of those shows where I watched the first season and I liked it but never picked up Season 2. Luckily there's only 2 seasons at the moment, so, which I can't remember if I saw that it's been renewed for Season 3 or not, but I did actually quite like Season 2. It's, I don't know if I would still consider it as good as Season 1, but I thought it's like a good action crime mystery like, I guess, political thriller. I do like, and also, oh, I can never remember how to pronounce his name, but I always call him Jim from The Office, even though it's like, he's obviously done so many things since then. But yeah, I really do like his take as Jack Ryan. So yeah, I did finish, I watched Jack Ryan season 2, and then I have another rewatch. I've been slowly making my way through Legends of Tomorrow, because I sort of want to try and rewatch the Flareverse shows, and Legends of Tomorrow is one of my favourites. Well, actually it is my favourite of the shows, and I'm hoping to hopefully rewatch all of the show before season 6 comes out, which I think is going to be some point in the mid-season, so probably not until later in the year, but I am looking forward to season 6, so I'm sort of rewatching Legends of Tomorrow. And then I finally finished Parks and Recreation. I watched seasons 5 through to 7. I love this show so much. It's sort of become one of my favourite comedies, and I can see why so many people like love this show. And yeah, just I sort of binged it all in, like, because I think I had a few days off work, off sick one day, and I just thought I'm going to finish watching Parks and Recreation, and then I ended up binging like most of the show in one, or like 2 seasons in basically 2 days. And yeah, it was yeah, some of the funniest scenes I've like ever watched. So it's definitely now become one of my favourite comedies, and yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to revisiting this one in the future. And then I finished watching Supernatural season 15, so the show, this is another show that ended last year, so I was more or less caught up with this one, I think. I don't think I fell behind on Supernatural, so, but I liked how they wrapped it up. I know, obviously, with everything going on, it wasn't the exact finale that they wanted, but I think, you know, the fact that we got the finale, like, because I know there was, like, a huge gap between, like, the show last year and that, but, I liked it. I know it was a very controversial ending, but I thought they did a good job wrapping it up, and yeah, again, another one that I'll be interested to revisit down the line when I can rewatch all 15 seasons. So that will take some doing, but I do have plans to do a rewatch of Supernatural at some point. And then I finally got around to watching The Crown seasons 3 and seasons 4, so I finally caught up on The Crown. This is a show that I've really enjoyed seasons 1 and 2, but then never got around to season 3, because I think, again, that was during one of my TV, like, slumps, because I sort of go through them every few years where I'm like, I either go, I want to watch all the TV, and then I go, I don't want to watch any TV. But I did finally get caught up on The Crown. I really liked season 3 and 4. I liked the cast, like, because obviously you had Olivia Colman and Helena Bonham Carter in this one. I did like Claire Foy and Matt Smith, but it's sort of seeing the royal family sort of going through the decades. And yeah, I know series 4 was very controversial, but honestly, I liked series 4. I didn't sort of get all the controversy, but admittedly I don't know that much, like, a lot of in-depth stuff about the royal family, so I'm guessing if you're like an avid royal watcher or something, you probably wouldn't, and if you know where, like, how events unfolded, probably didn't like the Crown, like the more recent seasons of The Crown, I'm guessing, but I enjoyed them for what they were, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, I think series 5 is coming out next year, because Imelda, is it Staunton, I think, who's playing the Queen in the last 2 seasons. But yeah, so I watched and caught up on The Crown, and then I finally, of course, watched The Mandalorian season 2. I love The Mandalorian, and yeah, and that finale, I was watching it, and I'm there, and I'm getting tears in my eyes, and I'm like, I'm really crying in a Star Wars show. But yeah, it was such a great season, and yeah, love Baby Yoda, and even though I suppose it's Baby Grogu, I think that's his name in the show. But yeah, I just love everything about that, and I'm definitely curious, with the spin-offs that they've, that got announced at the Disney, like the Disney Investors Day, where they were announcing all their upcoming projects, and there's a few Star Wars spin-off shows, and that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. But after watching The Mandalorian, I actually want to do a, like, sort of sit down and watch Star Wars Episode 1, Attack of the Clones, and then watch the Clone Wars, which I started watching the Clone Wars, it's probably like 5 years ago now, and I didn't get very far in it, because I think, again, that was during one of my TV show slump periods. But I want to try and watch all of the Star Wars shows in between the movies, where they sort of take place in the timeline, so I want to see if I can do that. Like, it'll probably take me, I imagine, a while to do it, but I do want to sort of see, like, yes, sort of sit down and watch, yeah, like, the movies, and then fit in the TV shows, and then sort of go on from there, and yeah, I think that'd be sort of fun to do. So at some point I want to try and do that, hopefully this year. But yeah, so that's the Mandalorian Season 2, and then of course I rewatched Gulliver. I rewatch Gulliver every single year. It's the show that I kick off my, like, TV watching with. I still love it, and I miss it, and I wish we had gone in Season 3, even though I know obviously we were lucky to get 2 seasons out of it, but it's just a great show, and yeah, if you can track it down, I definitely recommend watching Gulliver. So that's, oh, and then the last one that I have to talk about is I watched the ABC Murders. I picked up the DVD last year, and I thought, you know, trying to make my way through my backlog of TV shows that I've picked up, I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch this. It's 3 episodes, and yeah, so this is an adaptation of a Pyro book, and I haven't read the book, but the TV, so I don't know obviously how accurate the storyline is, but this one, it follows, he's an older version of Pyro, like he's retired, and then he sort of starts receiving these notes, and then all these murders start happening, and he has to work with a new, like, up-and-coming inspector, like, because he's not Inspector Japp anymore, and yeah, so there's a lot of distrust with the new inspector, who's I actually found rather amusing, because it's played by Rupert Grint, who of course played Ron Weasley in Harry Potter, and yeah, just sort of seeing, like, because I don't think I've actually seen Rupert Grint in, oh no, wait, I have seen something else Rupert Grint was in. I did watch Wild Target, so he was in that, but yeah, I haven't seen too many things that he's been in post Harry Potter, but yeah, I did enjoy the ABC Murders. Like, it was pretty standard, like, detective story, and I sort of like seeing the insights into Pyro's past, and so we sort of learned that, you know, he wasn't as honest about his upbringing in Belgium as, you know, he led the police to believe, and yeah, it was, I sort of did like the insights into that. So, but yeah, I did watch the ABC Murders, and I quite did enjoy the story and how it wrapped up in that. So yeah, so that is basically all the TV shows that I've watched in the last, just trying to think when I think I did it in, my last video was in August, I want to say, so then when I last wrapped up my TV show watching, so it's been a few months, so I don't think I did too badly with sort of trying to catch up on TV shows and things like that. So, because that's mainly my priority, is trying to get back into the shows that where I watched, like, you know, maybe 2 seasons and then I never went back to finishing the show, because I don't want to obviously try and keep re-watching the shows and then not continuing, because I have a habit of doing that. Like, I'll re-watch the first, like, the seasons that I've seen, but then I'll never continue on with, like, new to me seasons. So I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to try and see if that works, and I can finally knock out some of these TV shows that I've had on the back burner for a while. And yeah, but I suppose we'll see in a few months' time when I do my next installment whether I've been successful in finally finishing off some shows that I've had on the go for a while. But yeah, I'm just going to stop it here. So thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye!